Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 98 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on recognizing God's hand in my life. So yay for day 98! Day 98. I am exhausted. I I realized tonight, I think God is helping me recognize and realize that I've been making a lot of changes. And they're small changes, but they're huge changes. If that makes any sense whatsoever, I will try to explain it. They're small changes like making my videos again and reading my scriptures and meditationals in the morning before I go to work, which I've kind of been doing, and then journaling at night. So, not big, huge things, a little bit more time consuming things. I do spend about half an hour to 40 minutes reading my scriptures and meditationals in the morning. It's not like a 5 minute thing, it's like half hour, 40 minutes. It really is. And depending on how long the chapters are and depending on how much writing I do, it could take 45 minutes to an hour. Writing in my journal every night takes half an hour to an hour. And depending on the thoughts in my head, my videos can be anywhere from like 3 minutes to 20 minutes. I know I've made some 30-minute videos before. So a little bit time consuming, but not horrible, not unreasonable. Nothing I haven't done before and nothing I can't continue to do, but I haven't been doing it consistently for a long time. And so trying to consistently do it over the past couple of weeks, which I've been doing, and I'm very grateful for that. But it's exhausting. Just getting more spiritual, like it's building those spiritual muscles, because I think we have spiritual muscles just like we have physical muscles and mental muscles. And so all the different muscles that I'm using all my mental muscles at work, trying to remember things and dealing with people. And there's a lot of emotional muscles that have to be involved in that so that I don't get emotionally caught up into what everybody's saying and people are like wanting things or being angry about things. So I have to not take it personally. I have to put up those little barriers and be like, okay, I can't take this personally. And I understand that you're having a problem and you're hurting, but I can do what I can to fix it, but sometimes I can't fix it and I just have to say no, and that's hard for me. So doing things like that all day at work, especially when I put in 9-hour days or longer, like today was a 9.5-hour day. It's a long day. It's a very long day. It's like my editing friend was saying, she's like, you work like 12-hour days, and I was like, it's not. But then I'm like, oh, but it is, because I get up really early in the morning and I drive to work and it takes me 20 minutes to get to work, and then I'm at work for 10 hours, and then it takes me, because there's a half-hour lunch in there, so literally I was at work for 10 hours today. And then I went grocery shopping after work because I got paid today and because I'm out of food and I need food, so I bought food. And I probably spent more money than I should have because I didn't pay bills before I bought food. Granted, I paid bills yesterday, but that was for my last paycheck, not this paycheck, and I haven't figured out where the money from this paycheck needs to go yet, or if I have enough money from this paycheck. And usually the idea is I pay my bills first, and then what I have left I go grocery shopping with. I don't do it the other way around. So today I did it the other way around, and I'm still pretty sure I only got enough food for 2 weeks, and I probably spent too much. And I'm at the store thinking, it would be probably a lot cheaper if I would go to like one of those farmer markets, because then I could probably get all the fruits and vegetables that would last me for 2 weeks instead of just 1 week at a time, and trying to stretch it for 2 weeks. And then I would have a lot more fruits and vegetables, and it would be a lot cheaper, and then I would only have to go to the store for the other stuff. And so the thing is, I hate shopping. I really do hate shopping, even grocery shopping. And I know there's tons of people, well, maybe not tons of people, but there are a lot of people that shop the ads. They will go online, they will look at the ads, they will print coupons, they will go to the different stores that honor the ads, and they will do all of that stuff. And they will go to like 3 or 4 different stores, and they will get like $100 to $150 worth of groceries for $50 or $25 or something like that. And they will brag about the fact that, hey, I got all this food for $25. And I was like, that's amazing. And I got all that food for $75, and I only went to one store, and I'm good with that. So, honestly, I will pay for the convenience. That's terrible of me, but it's true because I hate shopping. But I have to eat. Plus, I also know that it's much cheaper for me to spend $75 at the grocery store, or in this case, $100 at the grocery store, for the next 2 weeks than it would be if I went out to eat twice a day. Like I was doing when I was driving for Uber. I would go out to eat. I would just buy food twice a day, and I would probably spend $10 to $20 a day buying food out of the gas station, which is not even healthy. So add that up to a week, you're looking at like $60 a week just in junk food that's not even healthy food. Plus I had to have food at home on top of that, so I would go grocery shopping on top of that. So yeah, not at all remotely healthy, spending way more money on that. So anyway, I'm rambling. I'm off track what I was talking about, and I forgot what I was talking about. I apologize. Okay, this is why I should go back and edit videos so I can remember what I'm talking about. And this is why people like write down what they're doing so that they have something to look at to be like, and this is the topic, and this is the topic. And usually my brain will go back to whatever it was if I go around in circles. But I think I was just talking about being exhausted because that's where I'm at. But I was just being reminded that God is reminding me today, which I am grateful for, that I am developing new muscles, not only the mental muscles at work, I am developing spiritual muscles, emotional muscles from work and from videos and journaling and all of those things that I'm doing right now in my life. And they're all good things. They're all positive things. They're all things that make me feel good about myself and grateful that I'm doing and proud of myself for doing. In fact, when I was doing my little writing after reading my scriptures and meditationals this morning, God was telling me that it was okay to be proud of myself. It's okay to pat myself on the back and say, you're doing a good job. You're making progress. This is fantastic. It's not being conceited. It's not being bad. It's a good thing to be aware of what I'm doing, to reward myself for my efforts. So today I'm just feeling like I should be rewarded, not like rewarded a ton, but it's okay to just say that I'm proud of myself for my efforts. And I'm still in my brain thinking of the next 100 days and maybe I don't know if I'm going to do 100 days of that. Okay, I know I probably will, but not looking forward to it. But I'm thinking about, okay, 2 things I don't want to do. I need to do 2 things I don't want to do just for exercise, but that seems to pop up with everything I don't want to do today, including not wanting to do my videos and not wanting to go grocery shopping and not not wanting to make a video about things I don't want to do. But I'm doing things today, and I'm grateful that I'm doing it. And I'm just grateful to God for reminding me that, just for reminding me that this is a lot and it's going to take time for my body to catch up. Just like when I actually get myself to start exercising, which I need to do, it will help give me more energy, but I'm also going to be more exhausted in the beginning because my body's not used to it. So it's going to wear myself out even more. And, and I'm going to have more aches and pains for a while until the aches and pains start going away because my body gets used to it and I start developing the muscles. But once I get used to it, I have to push a little bit further, which is going to make me a little bit more tired. It's kind of a cycle, and I know it's a healthy cycle, but it's that process of change. And not only is change hard, but change can be exhausting. And so even though I'm doing a lot of little things, I think are kind of exhausting. But I think it's a healthy exhausting. I think it's a good exhausted. It's kind of like I worked really hard and I earned this. I earned this tired. And I think that's a really good thing, to be tired and to have earned it, to feel like I earned it, to feel like I did a good job, to feel like, okay, I can just go to bed without stuff hanging over my head that needs to be done. And there's still things that I need to do, but they're not getting done today. But I still feel like I did a lot today. I even spent my lunch break talking on the phone because my attorney and my dentist both called me back today from yesterday. And of course they called me and I didn't have my volume off on my phone. So I'm at work helping people check in and then my phone's going off and I'm like, oh crap. So I'm grateful my supervisor didn't yell at me for that. But I did turn the volume off after the second phone call. And then of course I went to lunch and I was hoping that they weren't at lunch the same time I was. And thankfully they were not. Their lunch hours are apparently different, which is fantastic. So I did talk to my attorney. And he is working for the first accident that I had in February. He's gotten an offer, which I thought was a good offer. And I'm like, I would have taken it if it was me. But he was like, I think I can get it up to this or this, which is, a little bit more. And I was like, all right, go for it. I trust you. And I asked him how long it was going to take to do that. And he said, oh, probably just a couple more phone calls. So I don't know how long that takes. So it'll take a couple of weeks or what. So I might be getting a settlement for my accident in February, which will be nice. But apparently, all of my medical bills from my second accident when my car was totaled totaled up to over $7,700. So it's a lot of money. And then he was looking at like how much I was out of work, and he was like, totaled it up. And I was like, but I only did it for like 2 months. And I was like, I was out of work for 4 months. And then he's like, well, you could only like, when could you start driving again? I was like, pretty sure I shouldn't have been driving when I started driving anyway. But I didn't tell him that. I'm like, I have a high tolerance for pain, but I was like dizzy and dealing with vertigo. And anytime I turned my neck for the longest time was like super painful. So I'm like, I can't turn my head to see when I'm driving, to check mirrors or other things like that. So yeah, and I constantly I'm dizzy and having headaches. So I probably shouldn't have been driving, period, for a while. Like I wouldn't do it the first like month or two after the accident. And then when I borrowed cars and did other things, I was trying to get over it, but I was still in pain and I still had headaches. And I still occasionally get those, but nothing like they were after the accident. And I'm used to having migraines, so I was like, I was grateful I was already used to stuff like that. I'm like, I'm already used to pushing myself through all of this kind of pain, so it's no big deal for me. But technically, it's probably not safe for me. So, anyway, I told him I was out of work for 4 months instead of just the 2 months. So he's going to double the amount of like lost wages, which I think is fantastic. So, not that I want to be greedy and get more money. That's not my goal. My goal isn't to be greedy and get more money. My goal is just get paid, to have a little bit extra to pay off some things or to get some things to make up for, all of this time and all the pain and suffering and everything else. So it's like I spent the money they gave me for my car to pay my bills until I got a job. And so now I want to at least get enough money to pay off my car. So I break even. I would be happy with breaking even, but my attorney is going to see to it that I get more than just breaking even. And that's pretty much, the insurance company for the one in February is like, okay, cool, I would break even with that. And he wants to see if he can't double that. And I'm like, I'm okay with doubling that. And the amount that he was going after for this car accident, I was just kind of surprised. And I have no idea how that's going to happen, how that's going to take. But he said, because there's 4 cars involved and all the different insurance companies and the amount of lost wages, the medical expenses, everything, all of it adding up to a lot of money. He said he's going to just kind of it's going to take a while to get that all sorted out. And he's going to go for like the max amount. And if they, get the max amount out of one insurance company and it's not what he thinks is enough, or it doesn't cover everything, then he's going to go after another insurance company until I get everything. And I'm like, okay. So I just left that conversation with, okay, I trust you, and I trust that God will help things work out for me to get what I need to get and what I'm supposed to get. And nothing that's not unfair. I'm hoping it's not unfair. I don't know how the whole thing works, how the system works. I don't want to cheat the system, but I would like some money to help just get out of the mess that I'm in financially. It would be fantastic. Or just to pay off some debts would be nice. If nothing else, just to pay off my car. And I realize even if I pay off my car, I just break even with that. And my car payment goes to my student loans, which I haven't been paying on. And that was my goal before. Last year, I was going to pay off my car and start paying on my student loans. And it was just going to be a trade-off. So my expenses were going to stay the same. But then car accident happened and that didn't happen. So anyway, it's like I said, I'm okay with just breaking even on things. I'm okay with not getting a ton of extra money. I think my head would probably explode with all that extra money because I can think of a gazillion things I would like to do with all of it, but probably not the best. So I don't want to go crazy with too much money. I don't think that's a good idea for me to have too much money, but it would be nice to be in a situation where I don't have to worry about money. So if I could pay off a few debts with that, or if I could get some braces with that, whatever I can get with that would be nice. But again, the one from February last year. The minor one will probably be settled soon, hopefully in the next month or two. But the other one's going to take a while, so I have no idea how long a while it's going to be. So I can't, bank on that money right now. I can't be spending that kind of money right now. I have to just deal with what I have right now and pay my bills right now, and then see what happens if and when I get that money. So, but I'm just grateful to God for giving me options and for letting me know that there is hope and there is relief coming, especially when it comes to my finances. So I don't need to stress about my finances as much as I've been stressing about them. And I'm so grateful for that. And I wasn't expecting that. But it's also kind of nice to know, because I've been wondering for the last month if my attorney had all the information he needed, and I just haven't got around to calling him. It's been on my to-do list. I just haven't been done. So I just was really grateful that he reached out to me yesterday, and then I called him back and then playing phone tag and connected today. So that was just nice. And then, of course, I finally called the dentist that I was supposed to go see back in like September or October when I was still on probation. And I'm like, I can't. I'm on probation. And then I might have been able to take the time off to do it, but I was nervous because I didn't know how much time I had saved up, but I wasn't comfortable with like taking time off yet. And so I haven't really, I've taken a little bit of time for like doctor's appointments, like in the office where I work at with the doctors there, but I haven't taken any other time off. And so I sent a message to my supervisor saying, hey, I'm just going to be late this day because I have a dentist appointment on this day. And it's still like a month away before I can even get in to get my teeth cleaned. So that's what I get for putting it off, because they really need to be cleaned, because it's been almost a year now. Because October would have been April. So probably, and now it's January. So yeah, and I can't get in until February. So oops. Oh well, that's okay. I'm pretty sure it's still paid for from last year, because it's $150 for like 2 cleanings. And if not, I'll just have to pay for it come next month and it'll be fine. It's not a big deal. So anyway, but I have that stuff done, and I'm slowly starting to do things to take care of myself, and it makes me feel good to take care of myself, and it makes me happy. And I'm just grateful to God for showing me that I can do that. And I'm also just grateful for people calling me back and for just being relieved with all of that, because I noticed when I journaled last night that I was struggling because of the whole anxiety of things left undone. I know it seems kind of silly, but it's like I called people and then I haven't heard back from them, and so then I start to freak out about what it's going to be about. And I got the answers about all of it. I got the appointment scheduled, so now I know, and I'm good for next month. And I've talked to the attorney and I know what's going on, and now I'm good. So it's bringing me that extra little sense of peace that God is giving me, and I'm so grateful for that. And just grateful to have gotten through today, and also grateful for the little reminder that all the little things that I'm doing, even though they seem like little things, they're things that I'm not used to doing on a regular basis. And so it is exhausting in the beginning, but eventually it will give me more energy, and I will continue to feel better, and I will build up my spiritual muscles and my emotional muscles and my mental muscles, and I will have more energy, and I will be happier more often, and I will be able to let go of things more often, and things will stop feeling like a struggle at some point, and it will just start to be automatic, and it will just start to be a part of my life. And I remember times in my life when these things used to be a part of my life and a part of what I did every day, and it was fantastic. But then I think I took it for granted, and then I just stopped doing it when other things in my life happened, and I was just like, nope, I'm done. I just quit doing everything, because what's the point if things don't go the way that I want them to? So I was like a big toddler and threw a big tantrum, and now I have to start all over again because I got tired of being miserable. So I am not as miserable anymore. I am much happier doing these things, but they're much harder to do right now, and it's a struggle. But I'm so grateful to God for helping me see the progress that I'm making and to see the value in doing it. And so hopefully I won't get to a point where I feel like I need to stop again, because that's where I get in trouble. So anyway, that's all I have for today, and me and my crazy ramblings. So if you could follow what I was saying, if you like my videos, if you care to share, please comment. I'd be happy to read your comments. And if you think If you like the videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude and find ways to recognize God's hand in your life too.